Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that really makes you think about the choices we make and their unforeseen consequences. It's about a woman named Clara who thought she had everything figured out, but learned a hard lesson about taking love for granted. Clara and Liam had been married for 8 years. From the outside, they looked like the perfect couple. They had a beautiful home, good jobs, and a life many would envy. But beneath the surface, cracks were beginning to show. Clara had started to feel a sense of boredom. The comfortable routine of their life, which once felt like a warm blanket, now felt like a cage. She craved excitement, a spark, something new. That something new arrived in the form of a charismatic colleague named Julian. He was everything Liam wasn't: spontaneous, a little reckless, and he showered Clara with the kind of flashy attention she hadn't experienced in years. The compliments, the late-night texts, the stolen glances across the office, it was intoxicating. Soon, their flirtatious friendship crossed a line, and Clara found herself deep in an affair. She told herself it was just a fling, a temporary escape from the monotony. She believed that Liam was so devoted, so dependent on her, that he would never leave. In her mind, even if he found out, he would fight for her, beg her to stay, and she would hold all the power. She saw a future where she could have her fun, and then, when she was ready, return to the stability of her marriage, perhaps with Liam trying even harder to please her. The day of reckoning came sooner than she expected. Liam, who was far more perceptive than Clara gave him credit for, started noticing the small changes: the secretive phone calls, the late nights at work, the emotional distance that had grown between them. One evening he sat her down, his expression calm but his eyes holding a deep sadness. He didn't yell or accuse. He simply laid out his observations and asked her directly, "Clara, is there someone else?" Caught off guard by his directness, Clara faltered. This wasn't how she had pictured it. There was no dramatic confrontation, no begging. Seeing her hesitation, Liam's shoulders slumped, and he nodded slowly. "I see," he said, his voice barely a whisper. This was the moment Clara had fantasized about, the moment she was supposed to hold all the cards. So, with a misplaced sense of confidence, she admitted it. She told him about Julian, expecting tears, pleading, a desperate attempt to win her back. But that's not what happened. Liam listened patiently, his face unreadable. When she was finished, a long silence filled the room. Then he looked at her, and for the first time, she saw not just sadness, but resolution in his eyes. "Okay," he said, the single word cutting through the air like a knife. "If that's what you want, Clara, then I won't stand in your way. I've already contacted a lawyer. The papers are drawn up. I'll be moving out tomorrow." Clara was stunned into silence. This was not part of her plan. Where was the begging? The promises to change? The fight for their love? She stammered, "Wait, what? You're just leaving?" He gave a sad smile. "I love you, Clara. Or at least, I love the woman I married. But I can't compete with a fantasy. And more importantly, I won't. I deserve someone who chooses me, not someone who sees me as a safety net." In the days that followed, Clara's world crumbled. Liam moved out with quiet efficiency. There were no angry phone calls, no dramatic scenes. There was just a void where her husband used to be. She tried to fill it with Julian, but the thrill of their secret affair quickly faded under the harsh light of reality. The spontaneous dates and flashy compliments couldn't replace the deep, steady comfort of her life with Liam. Julian had no interest in building a life with her. He was interested in the excitement of the affair. Once that was gone, so was his interest. Suddenly, Clara was alone. The beautiful house felt empty and cold. She was surrounded by the life she and Liam had built, a life she had carelessly thrown away. The realization hit her with the force of a tidal wave. She hadn't wanted to leave Liam. She had just wanted the thrill of being wanted by someone else. She had gambled her marriage, fully expecting to win, and had lost everything. She tried calling Liam, leaving desperate voicemails, begging him for the second chance she had once been so sure he would offer freely. But his response was always the same: polite, firm, and final. He wished her well, but he was moving on. He wasn't doing it out of spite, but out of self-respect. He had valued their marriage enough to walk away when she didn't. Clara was left with nothing but regret. She learned the hard way that the quiet, steady love she had mistaken for boredom was actually the foundation of her happiness. She had chased a fleeting spark, and in doing so, had burned down her entire world. She thought she held all the power, but in the end, the only thing she was left holding was the profound and painful lesson that you never truly know what you have until it's gone, not because it left, but because you pushed it away. This story is a powerful reminder to cherish what we have and to be mindful of the consequences of our actions. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Sometimes it's just a different shade of green. And it's not worth burning down your own beautiful garden to find out. Thank you so much for listening today. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content. We love hearing your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.